Hey everyone. I'm not even sure if we're totally rocking yet. It's Twitch is having some weird issues. I've had to manually change the server that we normally broadcast to for some reason. It's so a bit frustrated with the team at Twitch right now, yeah. It's not really my fault, but I'm the one on the line, right? Yeah, right. All right. Well, it looks like we're working. So I am going to move forward and jump right in, and assume we'll get updates if anything goes wrong. But I don't think the sound is strange right now. I think you're strange. All right, Mr. Alan Black on Twitch. I think you're strange. Nope, seriously, I don't think you're strange. In fact, I love you. All right, let me get ready to go. A lot of people were waiting, and I apologize for the delay again on behalf of the technical issues. But let's take on JS Contom1. JS reached out to me on Twitter, so he definitely deserves a game. You can follow me on Twitter if you'd like. I'm just going to mess around right here, play some funky shenanigans, and hopefully get a chance to play in one of these brawls. So, if that's what you'd like to do. Well, he had Queen A4 check if I took on E4, so that's why I didn't do that. Some weirdness happening now. Everybody's happy about the weirdness. I'm happy about it. That's a fork. How often do you get to fork two rooks? Not very often, says Danny. We are here. We are here to play bullet chess today, and again, if you're just joining us and you don't know about anything about the technical difficulties, then good for you. If you're not just joining us, I apologize for the last 20 minutes or so, but we're going to have a full show anyway. Okay. Well, I'm up a piece here, and we're going to get back to the normal way we've done bullet brawls, where games against amateurs get a quick review to at least provide a little bit of advice and some tips about where the game might have actually gone wrong. I will do that once this one is over. And see how many times we can get the pre-move going. All right. So against JS Con here, you got your wish. Thank you for following me on Twitter and for asking for a chance to play. E4 doesn't normally work this early, and it's because of what you did with knight here and D5 takes. This is all good for you. But now probably your best opportunity to take advantage of my weird early advance with this it's really just a trap to try to go after the knight here. Is to probably play queen to B3, which not only hits B7 but might even open possibilities over here on F7. So this would have been your best chance. And after what you did, which was, let's see, you played G4, which is fun. Maybe I could have taken right away, but certainly H3 was not the right idea. Although, ironically, you're not actually losing a piece, because if I take everything, of course you have this move Queen A4 check. But still not the best for you, and anyway, this game was a mess. If you're challenging me, and it's not going through, that's because you just have to wait your chance, but you will have a chance to challenge. I'm going to go ahead and take on the next player here. Chess FA1. Not his first rodeo. Yeah, we got Angry Birds going here. That's the shirt. Deal with it. All right. A Sicilian. A dragon Sicilian, perhaps. A dragon Sicilian, perhaps. And, okay, a little bit of a strange approach. This voluntary retreat of the bishop to B3. So I'm going to try to create an opportunity to eliminate that bishop as soon as I deem fit. Oops, that was a mouse slip. I meant to play B5. That's a critical tempo. Could end up costing me big time in a dragon to lose a full move like that. Mouse slips. something we deal with in the world that is online chess. My opponent is actually up a significant tempo in terms of a main line of a Chinese dragon, but taking g6 early was not necessarily his best approach. Maintaining the tension with bishop h6 is better, and we'll talk about why after the game. But he's going to Sacktown right now, which I partly understand. Trying to open things up. Okay, now he's going to create this opportunity. I would love to, let's see, I'm going to bring the bishop around to g6 to make sure things are protected. He can't move this knight because it's pinned to the knight on c3. And it's almost like I psychically knew that he was considering this option. So we'll give this check, and we will deliver mate. Now, where this game went wrong, for me anyway, was with this move, this mouseslip b6. This is okay for white. It's just a little abnormal. I wonder if there's a center fort trick possible. Probably not. But this is all fine, and this is a Yugoslav attack, but it's a good lesson for everyone here about maintaining the tension. So again, I played b6, which was just a mouse slip. I meant to play b5, which isn't even theoretically the best move here, because white can actually take the pawn if I play b5 right away with one of the knights. Normally, the theory would be rook to b8, followed by b5. But let's say that, you know, for argument's sake, I play b5 in a lot of bullet games because taking the pawn from a practical perspective is very risky for white. It opens up lines toward the white king, and that's going to make my attacking chances better. And in rapid chess, the initiative and creating direct threats, you know, the value tends to go up, right? But theoretically, I'm aware that rook to b8 is actually the best move. But okay, this is a mouse slip, and normally g4 is a line, but it maybe not be the sharpest line. But in this case, g4 is a no-brainer because he has a full extra tempo, and g4 is such an important move because of constant threats of g5 in later positions. So after knight to c4, probably I should maybe do something weird and funky here, like b4, knight takes b3, instead of going into the main line. But in this position, it's almost never a good idea to take on g6 before you've established the bishop on a6. That's a hashtag pro tip for everybody who plays these Yugoslav attacks. Why is that? The reason is that taking g6 it clarifies for black his defense. Now he's in a position where he can meet bishop h6 with rook to f7 in every position. Rook f7 is a key move because it guards h7 and therefore takes away some of the punch behind g5 because that knight is normally doing this task. So even if he had played bishop h6 here, I was already kind of back in the game a little bit, despite being down a tempo. Let me just show you how close he was to winning. If he plays bishop h6 here, let's say I play queen a5, like a main theory move might be an option to do. He can take on g7, take on g6. See, now just notice the difference in move order. Everything happens in a forceful manner, so that when he gives this check and plays g5, I don't have rook f7. I haven't played it. That means my only move is knight h5, and this is a very well-known forced loss. After takes g6, I have to take the pawn, and after takes, he gives check here, rook to g1 check, and queen g6 mate. Not my first rodeo, right? If you're wondering why we see that so fast, it's because it's happened many times. So this is a very common pattern for white to blow open black's king, and something that everyone here should remember. If you're taking g6 early, it's almost always a superficial mistake, and it's a blitz move. It's not a good one. Even if I had played queen to b6, which is actually threatening mate and prevents this, just b3 is good enough for white. You know, there's a couple forcing moves I can play, but once the smoke clears, the things I've highlighted over here are still an issue. In fact, the queen on b6 opens up the possibility for another tactic you should be familiar with. Like, let's say I take it. I wonder if it's even possible right away. Let's go take, check here, and then knight d5, which is a fork of the queen and knight. It's a fork on the knight because he can't move. It's mate. And look, like some kind of check doesn't do anything. The king can just move. So, again, the queen on b6 opens up more possibilities. So this is the issue, and it's a good lesson for Chess FA1 and anybody else playing the Dragon. Let's go ahead and jump right in. We have VIP Chess Champ, who also has asked a few times to play. So let's go ahead and let him join the show. Welcome, VIP Chess Champ. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, welcome. We're so happy to have you here. Okay, yeah, we're going to open up the king side, and we're going to launch an attack against the black king. Yeah, because it feels good. Feels good. Wow, that was a fast mate, buddy. I don't know what to say. I had apologized to you, but it was your fault. So, nothing to do there. We got more. We got Glodimor, possibly related to Voldemort, right? Glodimor. That definitely sounds like the name of a wizard who's gone to the dark side. All right, Glodimor. You're gonna lose on time. Well, you're playing so slowly. I'm gonna roll that dice and play another bullet simul. Am I right? Bullet simul happening. It's happening, everyone. It's happening, like The Happening, starring Mark Wahlberg. No, I'm not gonna do my Wahlberg impression. You're all welcome for that. I'm not gonna do my Wahlberg impression. Let's just play G4. Let's take there. Play 95. We gotta play up. Take, shake and bake, shake and bake. We're playing 2 games of chess at one time. In case you're wondering what in the world is going on here, this is called a bullet simul. It rarely happens. It's like the sighting of a Sasquatch. Okay, you're witnessing something very rare here today. The bullet simul. Legend speaks of its glory. Legend speaks of its glory. And the potential dangers to any man who attempts it. The potential dangers to any man who attempts the bullet simul. What in the world? I'll tell you what, Kim Jong-il blowing up the world. That's my Charles Barkley, in case you missed it. Man, Steve Nash, that guy used to play basketball for the Suns. And he passed the ball. I'll tell you what, Steve Nash, my favorite. Blowing everyone mad at Kobe Bryant, while Kim Jong-il trying to blow up the world. All right, that's 1 win. Can we go 2? He gonna do 2. He gonna do 2. He gonna win both bullet games. That is some shenanigans. Rock and roll. That's right. That's a bullet simul gone wrong. Gone wild, actually. X-rated edition. You know what I'm talking about? You do know what I'm talking about. You know why? Because this isn't your first rodeo. Alright, I won't do bullet brawl. I won't do simuls that often because I know it drives everybody crazy when I'm playing bullet brawls and it's flash. You're complaining that it's hard to follow. I'm playing it. Alright? First of all, back off with the judgments. Talk to the hand. Whoa! When was the last time someone bust out a talk to the hand? Welcome back, 1990s. Thank you. Thank you, 1990s. Okay, we have a match with Zealand Zen, the legend herself. I think that was an accident. I don't think she meant to challenge me. She can abort if she wishes. Not sure she will. But yeah, that was... Man, the Spurs, Greg Popovich, the Phoenix Suns don't play defense. Tell you what, Steve Nash, Kim Jong-il, Kobe Bryant, it's terrible. It's terrible, it's crazy, it's ridiculous. I'll tell you what, it's terrible, it's crazy, it's ridiculous. I feel like my Barkley's gone downhill. I used to have a good Barkley, believe it or not. I could try to do like from his recent commercial. I wish I could live with you guys. I wish I had no pants. What does he say? Those Spike Lee commercials with Sammy J. Those aren't that bad, right? Not bad. Not a bad little series of commercials. I'm all about commercials that entertain me. This feels real good. I like where this is headed. Feels real good. I'm appreciating the fact that I have a lot of pressure against the king side. He'd like to play d5, but the bishop's hanging. Yeah, so he can't do that. Now I'm going to develop this bishop and bring a rook to the center. I'd like to play e3 at some point, which will pry open the dark squares, but not going to do it yet. First thing we got to do is bring it in for the real thing on the D file, as previously mentioned. Previously on Lost. Previously on Lost. Yeah, I'm just gonna go trap the bishop. Is that a trap bishop, or are you just happy to see me? Oh wait, it's not a trap bishop. He was happy to see me. Boom! That guy just served me. I just got served. I'd love to sack my queen. I'm gonna sack my queen. I like sacking my queen. You know? I love sacking my queen, actually. Oh, one of my BFF things to do. We have a lot of other comers coming in, so we're just going to keep rolling. We have the Ace of Hearts. Welcome. Ace of Hearts, this isn't his first show. I know there's some other newbies. I'll try to decline some of these existing challenges to give some other people a chance to come in. But before I do, I got to focus over here against the Ace of Hearts. Oh yeah, we want that pawn. We want that pawn. Yep, we want it. We are here to get that pawn. Now we really love it. Now we're all about it. Some people are all about the base. I'm all about free pawns. Okay. I'm going to put the queen on b6, and the point is I want my knight to come into c5 and possibly relocate. But not yet. No, I was going to bring him c5 to d3, but then he gave me the e5 square, so now I'm taking a reroute. Often the sign of a good player. Don't marry yourself to your plans, even if you like it, and it was probably a good plan. New opportunities come up all the time, especially as the structure changes and your opponent chooses a different plan. So mistakes amateurs make all the time is finding a good idea and then obsessing with that being their key way to play the position. So don't do that. I'm going to give check because it feels good. Always check, it might be mate. One of the first things I was ever taught. I'm going to trade off the dark squares because it's going to improve my access into the g3 square for the queen. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'd like to play knight f4 here at some point. I could do it now, but why? Let's just defend the rook. We'll take here, attacking his rook. Now we'll go for knight f4. And if he plays rook g3, of course we have knight e2, so he just missed that. That's game. All right, well, we have some others coming in. Again, if you're here just joining us, this is a bullet brawl, which is where we play bullet chess. I take on all comers and from all rating levels. You can follow me on Twitter for announcements and when these shows are taking place. You can join Chess.com for a chance to play. You can subscribe to us on Twitch. You can also be a good person. You have a choice every day to be a good person. Say thank you a little more. You know, hold the door open. I don't know, do something. Oh, look at this, the cheesy kid. The cheesy kid. I know him. I know him. Let's play something weird against the cheesy kid. Play something weird. Know what I mean? Wasn't necessarily my favorite idea there. But I did it. We'll go ahead and let him give up the bishop if he is choosing to do so, which is a good idea by him to try to go use that f4 square. Cheesy Kid's a good player. Alright, I need to try and get out. I have to try and unbind myself. I'm going to take away his ability to trade that guy. Now I'm going to kick that knight, actually. He has to put it on a4. I don't think queen d7 was the best of decisions. Because I'm happily rolling now. Rolling these pawns. Garth Brooks style. Right? When the thunder rolls, the lightning strikes. Isn't that how the song goes? I don't know. And the thunder rolls, and the lightning strikes down. How another love goes cold on a sleepless night, and this love goes on out of control. Bow down, down. Deep in the heart, the thunder rolls. The thunder rolls. Pretty sure that song is about an act of infidelity, which is really not good. Don't do that. If you're out there, man who did that, don't do it again. I'm watching you. Push D7, I think. Why not? Come in. He doesn't really have a lot of time here, or does he? I don't even know what's going on here. Oh, I could have taken there. Oh, that would have been so sweet. That would have been so sweet. We'll go there. Takes. Bakes. Shake and bake and I help. We'll give Gerard another game. Because Gerard's good, and I like playing Gerard. We're going to do it. Boom. Boom. Now I'm going to play it. Now I'm going to shake and bake it. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'll tell you what I'm doing. Playing bad chess. Ooh, I should have put the bishop on D3. That would have been so sweet. That would have been so sweet. Yeah, this is not good. I had my chances. I could have been a contender. I could have been a contender. I'm going to put the rook on D8 and then shake and bake. Bring the pressure to D4, and I think I can take the pawn. Yes, I can. I did it. I took the pawn. I'm very happy about taking the pawn, all right? Here comes my Mark Wahlberg. It's just like bursting out of me. Just ever since Ma died, you know, you've been acting a little strange, all right? I think we just found a transformer. I'm aware of what you're doing, Gerard, and I'm not happy about it. What is going on here? Would you just stop it? Would you just stop being mean to me? Whoa, you can do that, huh? I don't know. I mean, I guess you can. You must be able to because you did it. I really messed up on this one, didn't I? Really messed up on this one. I definitely did. I messed up on this one. Whoa, he's going to let me do that. I'll do it. Oop, I thought I could do it. Oh no, I'm getting back rank mated. Darn you, Gerard. You tricked me, you little man. What are you doing? You're stopping my pre-moves like a very smart person. That was... I really should have won that game. That wasn't fun. Alright, we'll play E4 this time against Gerard. We'll play E4. We have a... we have a weird town. We have a weird town going on here. Alright, I'm hitting G7. It's my favorite place to hit. The G spot. Let's see, I'm going to put the bishop on E5. No, actually. Yes, no, yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, no. No. Yeah, I know. Another bad performance in this game. Oh, I should have saved my piece with a knight check, huh? What is going on here? I don't even know what's going on. I feel lost. Whoa, you can do that? I don't even know what he's doing anymore. I don't even know what he's doing anymore. That'll do it. All right. We got to at least play a best of 5 here with the old Gerard. Let's see if I can play a better English this time instead of blundering away the game with e4. Let's play a real chess opening and see how he handles that, huh? We'll play a real chess opening and see how he handles that. Rook e8, bishop out. Okay, everybody's happy with this. Everybody's happy with this. By everybody, obviously, I mean me. Really, really, he says. Could have just taken, but I don't know. I didn't want to. Oh, another mouse slip. I meant to play b5. Darn it. That could cost me. That's a significant tempo. Accidental. It was accidental. Potential owies going on here for everyone. A lot of potential owies. And that was about the worst move he could have played. Sorry, buddy. Forgot that I was shaking with the old Chekaruski, huh? Let's take here. Go attack the b file, I guess. Go take there, get his rook away. Maybe go after that pawn. You know, who knows? We have enough time. Whoa, that was close, Gerard. Hats off to you, buddy. Played pretty well. I wonder where this... Let's see if we can learn something from this game, because things were going really well here. The basic... Often white... if you're going to go for the e3 structure, often it's better to have committed to that type of English approach to this line earlier, which wouldn't really be possible given the way you played it, and so that knight can be on e2. Because in this plan, often the pawn is going to d3, and you're playing for a3, rook b1, b4. With the ideas of like c5, and you're trying to expand on the queen side. So that would be the first piece of advice I would give, is that there was something about the way white took the setup that caused dysfunction later on, which you felt once you got to this position here. Rook e8 was maybe unnecessary. Maybe I could have played bishop g4 immediately, actually. I was playing rook e8, but I knew something had gone wrong for you because... You know, supporting this e3 and d4 advance with the slow fianchetto is definitely not ideal, because as you can see, the tension in the center is kind of obnoxious. And after h3, I probably could have already just taken the pawn, maybe. If takes the pawn. If bishop takes c6, I take on c3 intermezzo. But I was convinced that I should try to develop an attack on the king side. That's one of the typical ideas to playing bishop g4, is to induce h3 and then retreat and then try to relocate the pieces for this. So I had that plan sort of mentally as I'm making my moves quickly in a bullet game. But again, this is just not the ideal setup for white. You normally have the knight on e2, so what I would say again is that white should be playing for more aggressive approaches on the queen side against this particular setup, if you're going to commit the knight to f3, and therefore keeping the structure this way makes sense. So okay, so this was fine, but I'm already in a pretty good position to get good play on the king side. E4, of course, and knight h5, I could have taken immediately. I missed it the first time, to be honest with you, and then I saw it. But here, okay, so here's where I started messing up. I mean, you can feel that rook e8 was definitely a mistake when you just look at this position here. I probably could have taken the same type of plan earlier. But the e4 pawn is hanging, and I feel like my approach, something went wrong here. Maybe I should just take and then take here. But I'm worried about, ideas where he plays rook takes f6 and then queen g4 check in some positions, even though it's not possible right away. Seems scary. So I don't have a huge problem with what I did, but I should definitely play rook f8 instead of knight g6. After knight g6 and knight f5, you could cut the dysfunction with a knife, as they say. My pieces are wrestling each other for squares, which isn't good. But rook f8 would make sense. So rook f8 and f5, and still I'm better, I think, even despite having maybe I could have played it better earlier. Here, perhaps I should just take and play b5. I wanted this move b5 this whole time. It just took me a while to get it. Then I mouse slipped with b6. But did you ever really have anything? I don't know if you ever really had anything. Hard to tell. But certainly you shouldn't be worse anymore, though. I mean, maybe you should just back up the knight to try to make this trade. I can take and play something like king h7 and then queen f7, try to deal with the threats. But seems like with enough time, you should be able to re-coordinate the pieces for an attack. So I don't like that I missed the opportunities I did. Certainly knight to g6 was bad. As I said, you could see the dysfunction in my position. But okay, now you started to misplay it, and there was time involved. But really, this position was already pretty much losing for white. I played f5, kind of just rolling the dice. I knew you could have taken there. I thought I would play rook f8, and it was bullet chess, right? Okay, interesting stuff. So let's go see who else we can play here. Lots of strong players online right now. We'll see if some of them want to come on and join this show. See if some of them want to jump in here and excuse me, and play some 1-0 chess. Some title players. We normally like to start winding down the show with a match or two, a best of 5. We just had one against the Cheesy Kid himself, and we're going to keep going right now with a little bit of a best of 5 against Addy Patty. Addy Patty has been here before. Okay, and I played this way against him before. I guess I'm okay with it. I know it's not the greatest. Oh, that was kind of an accident. Not the greatest way for me to play this position, but it is what it is, as every athlete who doesn't actually know what it is or what it means says, right? It is what it is. What does that even mean? What are you talking about, it is what it is? Well, it either is or it isn't. I guess it's true. Man, they're geniuses. It is what it is. I learn something every day. Learn something new every day. It is what it is. What's going on here? I like to play here. It's rather risky, though. Definitely risky. I am definitely risking it. I just hope there's a biscuit at the end of this. What are you doing? You're playing bad moves, and I just can't seem to play. I need to play a little faster, maybe? Maybe I should play a little faster? I don't know. Oop, no, that doesn't work. I just am playing too slow. Up a pawn, a healthy pawn, actually. That's our favorite kind of pawn. Is a healthy one. Get the C file. Really? Okay. I'd have to play. It's definitely tricky right now. Definitely tricky. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Gotta come in for the mate. That was tricky. I got a little bit lucky in the end, but I did feel like I played a better middle game, so I'm not gonna beat myself up too much. We'll play this one again. We certainly will play this one again against him. Playing some fun chess here today. Hope everyone's having a good time. Alright. I have to be a little careful. I'm going to put the knight on d4. I know I've neglected castling for some time in this position, so that's probably not the wisest thing I've ever done. But it may not be the most unwise thing either. Now we've got some weirdness going on for him. Everybody involved is being taken to Funky Town. I'm going to play b3 as soon as I can. Yeah, now's the time. Bring the king up. Go attack that pawn. I was hoping he was going to do that because I already saw this idea of relocating my bishop to that diagonal. So now he's got some serious problemos. Yeah. We can defend that way. We can kick. We can pin. Unpin. Pin, unpin. Shun, unshun. Right? Shun, unshun. Shun, unshun. That was a bad move by me. An accidental mistake. That was definitely not the right approach for him, but he didn't have a lot of time, so he was sort of confused. Now I'm just going to go for a second queen, so that one was basically over. Now we have our final game. Hopefully, if I can win. I'd love to take a best of 3 where the action was straight. I would love to take a best of 3 where the action was straight. Go attack that pawn, prevent d4. That's what I'm thinking right now. Anyway, I'm going to back up the bishop here to g7 so that I can play for f5. Aware of his approach. He wants to keep that knight there. Wow, that's a little strange, though. I'm going to happily open up the position for my bishops. Don't really think that was his best idea ever. Take it, attack it, which is actually a double attack because f2 is also hanging. So now he's got a little bit of problems here. All right, I guess we'll go for it. Now, what to do, Billy Blue? I guess try to go for the c-file. I guess that makes sense to go for the c-file. Now, how can he really play this way? He can, huh? He says he can anyway. I would love to have something. I don't want to overthink it, though, because if I do, I'll lose on time. But I know there must be something here. Man, that's frustrating. Frustrating to not be able to see what's going on here. Attack. That really sucked. I don't know how he survived that. He doesn't know either. But he did. That was ridiculous. I don't know how I lost that game. He's lucky to still be in the match. That was upsetting. I dominated the second. There must have been something there, but I couldn't figure it out. I didn't have the time. I couldn't do it, Captain. I didn't have the power. So that was frustrating. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I could have played knight to d6 and gotten the bishop. I'll do it the second time. Darn it. I don't have anything. Nothing powerful, huh? Whoa, where's he going? What's he doing here? Really? Really? He says so. He sure says so. I don't know. I guess I should just believe the man. If he says he can, he can't. Believe the man. You know, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know how I did that. What was that about? I don't even know what that was about. It was about bringing the troops home. That's what it was about. Yeah, I blew that one. That was weird. Bad for me from the start. He didn't really get lucky in this one. This was just bad opening for me. That was weird. Yeah, now I'm just completely dead lost, of course. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know. Yeah, I'll just resign this one. All right, well, here we go. Addy Patty came back. That means we have a best of 5. We have a bullet brawl. Isn't that why they call it a bullet brawl? Because of matches like this? So let's see. Should be fun. I'll play something Mix It Up this time. Sir Mix-a-Lot. We'll play a Sir Mix-a-Lot tape for y'alls. Playing a Smith-Morra, huh? Playing a Smith-Morra. That makes sense. As a transition to what I did, that definitely makes sense as an option. I guess I can't. I can't just take, huh? That's too bad. Too bad that I couldn't do exactly what I wanted to do. In that case, but it is what it is, again, as that saying that means nothing has taught us. Opening up. Whoa, really? I guess he can play that way. Seemed really sort of surprising that he could do that. Guess I'll play there, actually. I have no idea what's going on. But I'm not sure that he does either. Does anybody know what's going on here? Boom. That's how you keep a king in a mating net, everybody. Crab cakes and football. That's what Maryland does. I finally won a Bullet Brawl series. Yeah, I'm thrilled, because I've been playing terribly for several weeks in a row. No, it's not a worry of your concern. Obviously, you don't sit there and think every day like, man, I wonder when Danny's going to turn it around in Bullet Brawl. But I worry about it every day. Every day. All right. Let's see. Let's take on one more. Let's take on one more shenaniganizer before we kick the biscuit and go risk it. Does anybody else want to play? Anybody else want to play? We'll see if Tac49 wants to rumble. He sometimes does. What do we got here? Any other title players looking to do this thing? Looking to bring it in for the real thing? Not really. Doesn't seem like it, huh? Doesn't seem like it. Maybe we should call it a day or play on some of the... yeah, let's play on some of the comers who've been here for a while. It's only fair. They've been watching this show. Let's play Archibald 287. Archibald. Every time I hear the name Archibald, I think of an owl. Because the owl in the Sword in the Stone cartoon version was Archimedes. How does that have anything to do with Archibald? You decide. Hashtag yes we can. Hashtag you decide. This is a McCutcheon, and now we're playing the business. That's actually what this line is called. Oh, c5 is not normally the approach taken, because opening the dark squares in this particular line with g6 is usually not on the top of white's agenda. He's supposed to just play knight to c6 instead, normally. But okay, he's doing it. It's his life, right? It's his show. I'm going to try to take him to the bomb.com. Put the bishop on d6, maybe? Maybe. Whoa, he just sacks the exchange like it's going out of style. No second thought about it. Yes, sir, he says. Yes, sir. I'm going to open up files for my rook and maybe try to use this 2-on-1 over here. Maybe get a little g5 going. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see if we have enough time to make that happen. Yes, please. I'm aware of what you're doing. I'm not excited about it. Yeah, good idea by you. But unfortunately, the pieces are just going to become overwhelmed. And by the pieces, I mean your pieces. In terms of dealing with this guy here. It's just too much. Too much. All right, sir. Good game. That was a good game. So what I was saying in the McCutcheon, since we're trying to learn a little something from each game if we can, this is a main line, and in these variations, white is sacrificing a pawn on the queen side in order to have this sort of long-term compensation on the dark squares and such. And in this line with the aggressive sack, black's best approach is normally just knight c6, bishop d7, queen e7, and get cackled long ASAP. When black doesn't do that, when he plays c5, which is a traditional French idea, it's just not accurate here. He's really risking too many light dark square problems. You know, you got 99 problems, and the dark squares happen to be like 7 of them. All right, hashtag JZ reference, get some. And so, you know, he gets a little bit of an initiative here. Maybe instead of h5, I should have dealt with this threat of knight e4. I missed it, and then he saw it the second time around when it was too late. Bishop to d3 is probably the best. And one of the things that actually I'm remembering now is I've won games in this line with moves like bishop d3, because after bishop d7, sometimes there's even just sacks on g6, where you can take and take and keep an attack going. May not have been possible here, but bishop d3 was my best move. He missed his shot to play knight e4, where I would have had to deal with this guy. But now playing it, I mean, he's giving back his material advantage with the bigger issues on the dark squares. Maybe rook to b1 or queen or bishop to b4 is a better idea first. I don't know. But okay, we went this way, and it was an endgame where black was going to be a little bit worse, but I don't know that he had to go to Sacktown. I mean, f6 is even an idea to try to undermine the bishop. He can also play b6 and king b7 and a5 and try to relocate / improve the queen side. Any of those ideas I think would have been better. White's still a little bit better, but black isn't going to have any real compensation with this exchange sack, so it was more out of frustration. And unless you're significantly changing the position to give you some compensation, you don't want to simplify it while increasing your opponent's advantage. So really just made the position easier to play, and you did a good job here with this whole rook coming up, but it's just too much. And that was how she wrote the story today. That was all she wrote. I appreciate everybody for coming. I just yawned on air. Make sure you go follow me on Twitter. You can subscribe to us right here. As you've seen, we've had many people doing today. Subscribing to us on Twitch. And if you didn't get a chance to play, hopefully next time. I'm only one man. And if you joined us early, again, I really appreciate you sticking around. We still had about 500 viewers for most of the time, which is not bad. Although a couple weeks ago we had about 1,200. So, tell your friends about this show. All right? Tell your friends. Peace out. Peace out.